So the Expanse continues with Gaugamela. And this is a really good episode in that it's the response to the ending of the last one in this terrible attack that Earth and Mars took from that nasty Marco. So his plan pretty much worked out. They only were able to stop one of the last asteroids, and that took some doing. And it just goes to show that Christian shouldn't have lost the election, but too little, too late, really. So Alex and Bobby are cruising around in their Flash Gordon spaceship, the Razorback, trying to find out what's the deal with the weapons trafficking, which I'm guessing has all gone to Marco. And some of that might be some disgruntled Martians, and it's what this is kind of a play. Certainly, you can see the analogies to 9/11. Certainly, Marco comes as the Osama bin Laden of all this, and has this big attack, and he's all high up on it and thinks his bright days are ahead now, and he's asking everyone to rise up against Earth and Mars and all that. Meanwhile, Mars is looking more like what happened to the Soviet Union after it collapsed, because Mars is in their position to where they don't really have a future anymore thanks to the rings opening up and everything, and there's really no reason to continue terraforming Mars and trying to turn it into another Earth and all that sort of stuff. And so now you have these disgruntled Martians who devoted all their lives to the cause of Mars, and it's over. And so you could see some of them turning to whatever gigs they could get, and so a group like Marco's might come in and says, well, we'll pay you off for weapons and ships and whatnot. And that is probably what the deal is. That was one of the theories. Certainly there's weapons. Russian weapons are everywhere, and a lot of the terrorist group have them. It's quite the industry for Russia. But at the time of 9/11 happened, there was these fears that, some suitcase nukes might have fallen into the hands of Al-Qaeda, even bioweapons and stuff like that from former Soviet scientists who just, they're not getting the paycheck they used to. And so that scenario had some credibility to it that it could play out. Fortunately, it appears it didn't. So hopefully. But here, for the purposes of the Expanse, it did play out apparently. So that's why Marco is a force to be reckoned with now. And they're going to have to take him far more seriously than they did. The Earth, UN government just wasn't paying attention to him as much, and of course, you know who it was, but they didn't listen to her, and so now here they are. Meanwhile, the plots are aplenty, and so even though Fred Johnson is supposed to be the leader here for Belters and whatnot, but he wasn't as crazy as Marco was. Well, they decided he's too weak and not true to form, so he gets assassinated. And before he dies, he tells Holden where the proto-molecule is. Well, Holden tries to secure it, but turns out the traitors have a spider bot. It's actually pretty cool. This robot comes in there, smashes in through Johnson's room or cabin or what have you, where the reporter chick is hiding out. Oh boy, her troubles are far from over. And the other two traitors come in. They wipe out the security, and for whatever reason they were going to take the reporter girl with them. I'm forgetting her name. Sorry. Holden shows up. There's a fight between them all, but the robot wins out and gets the proto-molecule and leaves, and the assassin is captured, but well, I guess they'll try to get her to talk, but good luck with that. So protomolecule still remains a threat, and they think it's this great weapon that they can threaten the Earth with, and extort them in this now new civil war that has broke out within the system. Meanwhile, there's this huge problem for a lot of them, for the Belters that are siding with Marco, and we've seen that with Naomi when they went to the New World. Naomi could not adapt to the environment with gravity, and so that's they tried to give her treatments and whatnot to help her adapt, and it just didn't work out. Maybe some could, but some of these guys are just it's going to take years perhaps to adapt to be able to live on planets, and that's part of the problem. They grew up on these asteroid mining colonies, and they adapted and developed in the zero gravity environments of those environments, and so that creates a problem. They can't even if they were given space on Earth and to live out their lives and whatnot, they it would be very difficult for them and possibly kill them. So, it's just destroying everything when it ultimately is rather unnecessary. And that's the thing. The Belters were reaching agreements, and they were getting some amount of respect, and then here comes this idiot, mostly out of his own ego, really. And he's destroying his son in this. Naomi's trying to save Philip. I don't see how that happens after what he's already done. And she's guilt-ridden because she left him, and she's trapped, and she's locked up on Marco's ship. And then there's this that Marco still wants her back. Dream on, pal. But I think it's not going to end well for Philip there. Now Philip, he may turn, and he's saying, why did they even bring her? Well, Philip he's putting up the mad, angry front, but at the same time, he still cares about his mommy, and Marco has his triumphant moment, but I think as things go forward, it's all going to collapse around him. So there it is, and it is this sci-fi analogy to the elements of 9/11 and stuff like that. I guess like Fred Johnson is kind of like the Massoud when in Afghanistan. Bin Laden assassinated him actually before the attacks, but anyway, and he's pretty much destroyed what the Belters had built, and so he is quite the villain who sees himself as the great savior, which is rather typical of villains. And so a great episode, great performances, great cast, of course, and great show. You really should be watching it if you're not. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh, my goodness, so many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh, yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin.